Good evening, good morning, guten tag and all that tittle tattle. Greetings, me old sporadactyses, dinkles and popty pigs, and how the devil are you? I hope you're well. Anyway, we're up the M6 now, we're homeward bound, we're pointing in the right direction. I've just been listening to some music and one song in particular I'm going to play for you now. I think it's just, for me, it gives me shivers down my spine every time I hear it. The band is called Merry Hell. They are a Wigan folk rockish kind of band, more into the folk as they're getting into the twilight years. They were originally even called the Tansads, and I remember them very well because one of the main men of the band, the founder member John Kettle, I actually knew quite well when I was in my late teens, when I was drumming in bands myself. I do remember when I was a young teenager, somebody had been round during the night and fly posted all over Wigan posters that said the Tansads are coming, the Tansads are coming. And when I found out who the Tansads were, I thought, what a phenomenal band. I think they were absolutely fantastic. Never really made it big. They did get a record deal and they toured all throughout Europe and Ireland, but they never really, in my humble opinion, never really got the break that they deserved. Anyway, they then went through a couple of different changes and whatnot. They split up in the 90s, and then John Kettle reformed it under the name of Jane Doe, with the original singer, who was Janet Anderson, I do believe. Phil Knight, an old mate of mine called Phil Knight, left them and he's no longer on the drums. I think he has made various comebacks with them over the years, but he's not drumming with them anymore. But they're now going by the name of Merry Hell, and I think they're a fantastic band. This is not the best recording of this song because this is obviously something I borrowed off YouTube, and it was recorded on a live gig in a pub in St Helens. I think it was some golf course or something. But honestly, every time I hear this song by Merry Hell, it just sends shivers down my spine, and I just think it's absolutely fantastic. So without further ado, I'll let the singer Jimmy introduce it and tell you what it's called. Have a scan of this, have a listen to this, and your lug holes back. This is Merry Hell from my original hometown of Wigan. That's the drum. This is it.
Right, this next song we've been terrified about for a while live. We've got a version now. It's the last one on our new album. It's called PENDLE.
PENDLE Hill.
For you, for you.
Stolen, the servants of rolling fields, and serve walls, the standing stones, and serve walls, the restless sea. It's not you, and it's not me. but now I've got a mortgage. I used to be the cock of the school, but now I'm just a normal paying tax evading fool. But soon I'm on the rolling hills and pepper magic fire and sing the sorrow in the silver sky that tells you that hope is dying. So come and stand on Pendle Hill and watch the sun rise out. To understand there's a right turning still, whether you're laughing or you're crying. You're Come on, you shipwrecked angels, through static on the wire. I see the sun is rising to fill the hearts with fire.
Hey! Honestly, gets me every single time. That song gets me every single time. I think it's fantastic. I love it. I think it's a brilliant song. I think Merry Hell are a great band, and I'm so glad that they're still going because, you know, I was never really big mates with them or anything, but you know, as a youngster, as a nipper, I remember, you know, knee high to a grasshopper as a young teenager, seeing the posters all around Wigan saying the Tansads are coming, the Tansads are coming. And when I actually got into the Tansads and started, you know, listening to them, there was no online stuff back in those days. You had to actually turn up at gigs. Well, I was a bit young for that. So it was only towards my late teens that I started to try and get into watch the Tansads. By that time, they'd already been on tour throughout Europe and whatnot, but they used to play a lot of gigs at the Citadel in St Helens. So I used to get in there and go and watch them. And obviously, when I was in bands myself, there used to be at the bottom of Darlington Street, just after the Magistrates Court. There's a Lidl there now, but there used to be a recording studios. I think it was called Pebble Mill or something like that. And John Kettle used to pretty much, I think it was his studio. He used to have that studio. He used to rent rooms out to bands and whatnot. The particular band I was in at the time, we went seeing John Kettle. We acquired the services of him to produce a demo for us, 3 songs on a demo. So we was pretty much in the studio with John Kettle for, I think it was either 3 or 4 days, and I was in all of them, man, but obviously I wouldn't let on, you know what I mean? I wouldn't let on that I was a massive fan of his. I was a bit starstruck, to be honest, but he was actually a lovely fellow, as John Kettle, and probably still is. And yeah, I haven't seen him for years, obviously, and I got into my late teens and whatnot. You kind of go your own way, and then I disappeared off the scene for a long time. So the Tansads obviously split up. They've gone through a few various members over the years, but most of the original members are still going with this new lineup, Merry Hell. They've been going as Merry Hell for about 10 years plus, I think, now, and they're doing quite well on the folk scene, you know what I mean? And I'm a big fan, I really am. I really do think that they should have a lot more success. I think they deserve a lot more success than what they've currently got. But they're doing well. They're touring about, and they're on all the folk festival circuits and whatnot. But yeah, that song gets me every single time. I think it's a beautiful song, I really do. I think a lot of people could relate to that. I just think it's fantastic. I do. Anyway, I'm just going to pull into Lim services because I need a half an hour break. I do need a half an hour break. I think we might have another